Hello everyone, my name is Wedge and we are back with Farms of the Month. This time we're going to cover some of the best opportunities. We've got 8 in fact today that we're going to cover for the month of June. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So yeah, we're not going to waste any time. Let's start with Reserve Protocol. Now, I've talked about Reserve a few times. In fact, I did a tweet not so long ago. I'll try and leave that in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. But if you're watching this on Twitter, you'll find it on my page. Anyway, we covered some of the new R tokens that Reserve Protocol have released, and one of them is called USD3. Anyway, if you go to the register app, what you're able to find are some of the different stablecoin or ETH tokens actually that you can find to earn some pretty good yields. And you can see some of these on screen right now. Some of them like EUSD against USDC, but also you've got if you scroll down, you'll find USD3 as well. So have a look on here. You will find there is quite a wide variety at the moment, and what you'll find is that most of these pools are either on Curve or they're on Aerodrome. So go to Curve. You can search for some of the pools here directly, and you can see that look, some of them, if you've got max lock, up to 60% APY, and likewise on Aerodrome as well. Have a search for some of these different R tokens, and you can find some of them have some very, very good yields. But generally, expect to farm at above 30% APY. I think that's the minimum that you kind of want to expect here. So some pretty good yields there for your stable pools as well, which is really, really good. You don't want to worry about that impermanent loss. So I guess reserve assets, R token assets, I should say, which are permissionless assets that anyone can make. You can farm them on Aerodrome and on Curve. So yeah, have a look and see if there's any that tickle your fancy. But yeah, those two are some pretty good ones. So that's Reserve Protocol. I won't spend too much time here because we actually have covered them before, but you can farm them there. Number 2, we're going to talk about Hyperliquid. Now, Hyperliquid is probably one of my favorite places to trade at the moment. They have a points program as well, and we know that points mean prizes, and hopefully in the not so distant future, after this current season, hopefully we get an airdrop. Either way, if you want to earn some yield, providing liquidity in the HLP vault is actually not a bad shout. You can see the vault performance over time, which has generally been very, very, very good. And in the last month, the APR has averaged out to around 33%. So if you have some stables, you want to earn some points and you want to earn some yields, potentially this could be one for you. Please remember though, you are going against the traders generally. And so I'd say if traders perform really, really well, you might not make as much, but generally traders, as you can see historically, haven't performed as well as the LPs. And so this is another strategy for you if it's something that you're interested in. Moving on, let's talk about Timeswap. Now, Timeswap have a variety of really interesting pools with some very, very good yields. And currently some of these involve using the Pendle, PT, Athena assets. So you can see them on screen right now. There's 3 of them. One of them's on Mantle and 2 of them are on ETH mainnet. You can lend out your USDC in these pools for 42% or even a little bit higher actually on ETH mainnet at 50%. Very, very good yields. If you actually scroll down, you might even find some even better opportunities where you can lend USDT against this wrapped Mantle pool, earning just under 100%, with the majority of this APR coming in Mantle tokens, which might be very, very interesting for some of you. I think that's a pretty good opportunity. Just please be aware of some of the risks here, especially with the transition price. Now, one thing or one strategy that you could actually do on top of this is, let's say if you're someone who holds these Pendle PT tokens, you can actually kind of loop yourself. You can basically borrow stables against this position and then lend them out to earn some extra additional yield. I think if you leverage out a few times, you could potentially, or loop this around a few times, you're definitely got a good chance of hitting triple-digit APRs, which is absolutely insane. Scroll down, you might find that some of you actually hold some of these assets that are on screen already, and therefore, if you want to earn some extra yield on them, perhaps Timeswap is a good place for you to go. I'm a big fan of Timeswap, so yeah, that's the 3rd farm of the month. Next up, we're going to talk about Protocol FX. This is something that I've also talked about quite a few times. A consistent player in my farms of the month. If you go to the Earn tab on Protocol FX, you'll be able to see all of the different pools where you can deposit these various F assets. Some of them, of course, are stablecoins like FXUSD, and you'll be able to see that some of these have high double-digit yields. See if there's one that you particularly like. Perhaps you're one that you like CRV USD, and pairing that with FX USD 23-24%. You can actually get this a little bit higher if you have some VE tokens as well. But yeah, have a look through. Perhaps there will be some if you just want to actually deposit into like the stability pool. Again, you can earn double-digit yields there as well. So yeah, lots of opportunities for you if you want to hold the FX stablecoin. Next, we've got Athena. Athena is absolutely going insane, almost at 3.5 billion TVL now. And given somewhat of the volatility that ETH has had, the funding rates have generally gone up a little bit. I think people are longing. And so as a result, staked USDE or Athena stablecoin is currently providing you a yield of just under 30%, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, very, very good yields. And again, you can go to Pendle and actually farm with these as well. So SUSDE earning 35% or even 45%. We're going to talk about Pendle later on. That is also one of the farms that we've got. But yeah, if you want to just stake SUSDE or stake USDE into SUSDE, you can do that directly here and currently earn a very nice 27.5%. Next up, number 7, we have Synonym. And Synonym is a very, very interesting one because right now there are quite a few rewards that you can actually earn. I think this is definitely underfarmed, and you can see this by just having a look at the total market size. One of the reasons why I think Synonym is great is because at the moment you earn rewards from their BIPs program, which you can see in the top right corner, and this basically encompasses rewards coming from the ARB token and the wormhole token, both of which you can actually earn. You also earn the yield that you actually earn from supplying, which can be up to 25%, and this is in the Synonym token. And also, if you're farming on Scroll, you can also earn some Scroll marks, which eventually, hopefully, should give you a Scroll airdrop when a token does come for the layer 2. So yeah, have a look on here. Some pretty good opportunities, and I think this is one that's probably a little bit underfarmed at the moment. Next, we've got Jupiter, and you might be thinking, why on earth am I talking about Jupiter? And I'm talking about Jupiter because of the perps. And JLP, which is basically the liquidity pool token for the Jupiter perpetual trading, is basically a basket of the following assets: Sol, ETH, Wrapped BTC, USDC, and USDT. And you can see the weighting. This is majority in Sol, majority weighting in Sol, I should say. But because of the fees that come from JLP, generally, JLP has been performing very, very, very well. And currently, this adds up to around 30% APY, which is pretty good, actually. 70% of the generated fees, opening, closing, and borrowing fees of positions actually go to JLP, as well as like traders' profit and loss. So if you think that traders are going to continue to lose money, especially on Solana, then perhaps JLP is a nice way to basically act as a counterparty to the traders on Jupiter. Last but not least, we've got Pendle, and Pendle has a variety of farms, stablecoin, but also ETH, LRT related as well. If you wanted to provide some liquidity, you can see some of the yields that you can currently earn at the moment. The USDE Athena pools are insanely high yield, and they do have very good TVL. I mean, look, this one pool has 9 figures of TVL. This isn't something small, plenty of liquidity there. But yeah, have a scroll through. I mean, these are the pools that are currently on Ethereum, but you can actually find some other ones on Aerodrome, even on Mantle. They do have an Athena pool. Now, obviously, this yield isn't as juicy as ETH mainnet. Generally, gas fees aren't so bad still at the moment, so I think it's probably still worth it at the moment. So yeah, I think overall, we've covered Reserve, farming both on Aerodrome and Curve. We've covered Hyperliquid with the HLP, Timeswap with some of the different strategies there, FX USD and some of the different yields there. We talked about Athena currently earning just under 30%, Synonym with the wide variety of token rewards, JLP being the counterparty to the traders on Jupiter, and last but not least, talked about some of the liquidity pools on Pendle. So yeah, lots of opportunities for you this month. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any specific farms that you're farming that potentially I'm missing out on, let me know for sure. If you have any questions, let me know anytime. I'm happy to answer them. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching this on Twitter, or X I should say, give it a like, give it a retweet, and I'll be back with plenty more content in the near future.